Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon and a warm welcome to this very special program. And my name is Idris. Keep me company today are going to be two very special guests who are here. Well, one's here in the studio, one's here virtually. I'll be going over to them. I just want to say a big thank you to Sister Amana, Sister Julie for their contributions to Ramadan Live this year. MashaAllah, they've been with you every Sunday between 3 and 5 and a little bit longer today. And I think it started a little bit later. But mashallah, great conversation as ever. And hopefully they'll be back again next year. And today we have a short segment, and inshallah we'll keep you guys engaged as well. And we're talking about Eid, and one of the questions we always get asked in the last few days: when's Eid? When is Eid? And we always say, okay, which mosque do you follow? Which country do you follow? There's Morocco, there's Saudi, and we always have this conversation. And the last year or so, we've been having conversations with friends from the new Crescent Society. We've got Sister Shema here in the studio, and we've got Ustad Muhammad Saab as well, who's waiting for us very patiently in the green room as well. So we want to have a discussion in terms of what is the Sunnah way of searching for the Hilal, whether it's the month of Shawwal or the beginning of Ramadan. And this team has been doing some amazing work over the last few years, and I feel there's some momentum going to maybe come to some sort of understanding and creation of a unified UK calendar. So let's have a chat with them both first and see what they have planned in terms of answering these questions. Shemanara, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, Brother Idris.
When is Eid?
We can't really say that until we've sighted the Hilal after Maghrib on Wednesday, which is the UK 29th Ramadan.
MashaAllah.
That's my answer.
Okay. Let's also welcome Brother Ustad Saab as well to the conversation. Hello, assalamu alaikum, and a warm welcome.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you guys?
Alhamdulillah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
So, as a brief introduction, Ustad Saab, just tell us a little bit about you and where you're from and what's your role in New Crescent Society.
Yeah, because Ustad Muhammad Qureshi is a guest that people have heard the name.
Yes,
one of my colleagues.
Yes, Ustad Muhammad Qureshi is always very supportive of us when you're on live, and is always commenting and showing his support. So, Ustad Saab, where are you based?
I'm based over in Blackburn in Lancashire.
MashaAllah. And just tell us a little bit how long you've been involved with the New Crescent Society and this sort of grassroots movement that has transpired.
Yeah, well, my work with New Crescent Society, I've been moonsighting with them it'll come up to 2 years in Muharram this year. So not too long off 2 years now. I've been doing moon sightings, and like I said to folks who ask about moon sighting and every other moon sighting training that happens, and I get to speak, and I'm just saying, look, I've seen more new crescents in the last 2 years than I have compared to anything in my entire life, and there's nothing more special than actually going out and doing it for yourself. Seeing is truly believing.
MashaAllah. Shema, seeing is truly believing. And when was the last time you were out searching for the Hilal and saw it?
It was last month, alhamdulillah. It was actually last month. I've been seeing the Crescent for about a year, since last Eid, actually, last year. And I've been sighting from my home, and for me, it just seemed really simple to do. It was my son that sighted the Crescent in the first place. And then, because of COVID restrictions, I've been seeing the Crescent from my home. And it was actually a year in that I decided that, I've got some friends or family or others that are now interested in sighting the Crescent as well. So let's see if we can get together, get a location, perhaps central. Well, it was central to Teesside. So yeah, from the last time I've sighted the Crescent was last month, actually, Idris. But I've seen it on several months, the Crescent.
Mashallah, mashallah. And Brother Muhammad Qureshi Saab, tell us a little bit about how and what people should be doing this Wednesday evening in terms of what is the Sunnah way of seeking the Hilal, and what will you be doing?
So basically, the way to go about it is you need to know where to look. Okay, it's very important where to look. Yeah, the moon, the new crescent moon always appears on the western horizon after sunset at Maghrib time. So, and this is a consistent thing month in, month out. It's not in the same place all the time, but on the western horizon, it'll be at that point in time at the beginning of each month. So we need to be looking for the western horizon. Now, for some people, the western horizon may not be an issue depending on where you are. You might be in a location which is relatively straightforward. You know, you can look in either direction and face west, and there it is. Somewhere like Blackburn, where I'm from, it's a little bit more complicated because Blackburn's actually in a valley. We are surrounded by hills, and the bulk of the town isn't actually facing west or have a clear view of the western horizon. We just need to venture out into the western part of that valley, up a few hills, and look towards the western horizon. If we go outside of Blackburn towards the west, we will be able to see the western horizon quite clearly without having to go very, very high. But from this valley, one of the nearest junction points, and quite a few of them are actually high altitude places. But we're lucky enough to have well built roads and even estates built up these hills, kind of thing. It's a very hilly place with lots of housing built around here, but we need to face the western horizon. And the junction where we look at in Blackburn, there's several locations, but the one we mainly go to is a place called Mella, which is a village on the outskirts of Blackburn, and it overlooks the western horizon. We can actually see all the way from Fleetwood to Blackpool to Southport. That whole horizon, which is the sea, basically, is at the furthest point. We can see it from that point, and it's a beautiful place to grab the new crescent and have a good view of it every month.
I would actually like to add to that what Ustad Muhammad Qureshi was saying. So when you're going out looking for the Hilal, you mentioned the western horizon, a clear view of the western horizon where you can see the sunset clearly. So then you can mark that sunset, and to the left of the sunset, inshallah, you will see the Hilal. And for people that are wanting to sight from their home and they believe that they can see it, a good indication of knowing where the western horizon is, in which direction. So if you're doing your prayers and facing the Qibla, which is in kind of the southwest direction, if you just turn it 180 degrees, should I say, or in the opposite direction, that is your western horizon. So yeah, inshallah.
So for our listeners and viewers in the Teesside area, what locations and what sort of directions should they be looking at? Although you just mentioned in terms of the Qibla, but maybe if you can give us some indication in terms of where we should be looking for you in Middlesbrough and Stockton area.
So if you're in the Teesside area, yeah, the west, again, it's just the western horizon. That's where the sun sets, and it's after Maghrib time. So if you want to do your prayers, inshallah, do your prayers, and then straight after that, we tend to wait around 20 to 40 minutes patiently for the Hilal, and inshallah then we see it. So when you're looking at the western horizon, how do you locate that? Well, like I mentioned earlier, if you're in your home and you believe you might have a clear horizon, you've seen the sunset time again, well, that will be the direction opposite to the direction that you would normally do your prayers, in the direction of Mecca, so it's the opposite end. But if you're going out to a location, having a compass to show where the western direction is a great way. And there's several apps. There's like moon apps as well. I think, is it a moon app? It is called the Moon, and that has a compass built within it. And what's also great about that is some of these apps also have the moon phases. I'm just adding into this bit that you've asked if people wanted to sight within Teesside. So for me, these sort of apps just add to that excitement, thinking, right, okay, this is where I am within the moon phase. It's the new moon at the minute, which means it's zero moon, no moon. I can't see the hilal, so I have to wait for the waxing crescent, the backward C shape to start to appear, which is inshallah on Wednesday evening. So yeah, from Teesside, what we found as well with New Crescent Society, particularly when you look at the Teesside area, what we found was that there's more and more people that joined in sighting from Middlesbrough, actually from their home, and saying, oh, and they sent us photographs then saying, oh, I've just seen the crescent, and this was for the start of Ramadan.
MashaAllah. And brother, what is, if you do sight it, and what is what, in terms of the dua and things like that, what's the process once you see the hilal?
The process is quite straightforward. Like Shamanara said, it's the place where the sun sets, okay, and once the sun is set, you wait patiently for the new crescent moon to appear, and it'll be to the left of that moon, of the sunset. Sorry. What's basically happening is that the moon set is following the moon rise a short time later. Now, depending on how old the moon is, how long it is since the birth of the moon, that the period of time could vary. It could be something like half an hour, 25 minutes, or it could be something like 40 minutes to an hour, just depending. But after the sun sets, there'll be a period of time for the moon to set too. So then, weather conditions and other factors being clear, the new crescent moon should become easily visible to the naked eye.
MashaAllah. And sister, you mentioning about the handspan where the sun sets to where the moon potentially can be seen. So just explain that a bit to me, because I remember when we having our last conversation, that was something that
I think this might be a bit. I think for those that are on Facebook Live can see Muhammad Qureshi's putting his hand out to show the handspan.
If you can do it again, so.
So you have to look out for it, and where the sun had set roughly, and if you put your handspan there, you should sort of see the moon on the other side. Roughly, it's very rough. It's a very rough guesswork, but that's how it is. But either way, it's just look anywhere to that left area of and it's to the left because the moon set is following the same kind of trajectory as the moon. It's going to be set in the same place, or almost the same place as where the sun had set. So obviously, the sun sets in that at that angle. It comes down from left to right. So once the sun's completely set, to the left of that would also be the moon following a similar trail.
I
think we got Sister Karen Hall. She's doing the handspan as well, because she's a regular, and that is out and about seeking the Hilal every month.
I also wanted to add to that, Idris, because you mentioned about what can people do once they've sighted.
Yeah, I was asking about the dua and what the process is.
Yeah, and it's so amazing, mashallah, because when you do sight the crescent, there is a dua for it. I don't know if people are aware, and it's the dua for sighting the hilal. It's such an exciting, awesome feeling once you do see it. And people might not necessarily see it the first time. It might take several months before they do see it themselves. But I do encourage everybody to, sight it. And once you do sight it, there is a dua. Allahumma ahillahu alayna bil yumni wal iman was salamati wal islam rabbi wa rabbuk Allah. And it just means, oh Allah, bring it over us with blessing and faith and security and Islam. My Lord and your Lord is Allah. Allahu Akbar.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. So are you all prepared and we'll be going out on the 29th of Ramadan, Shamanara?
Preparation, there isn't any real preparation, but yes, inshallah.
Have you got your binoculars? Have you got your Wi-Fi? Have you got your
Wi-Fi maybe if I'm connecting up with the studio, but don't really need binoculars. I think correct me if I'm wrong, but it's hard. I'm crazy. the sunnah is to sight with the eye without any aid. But what the aid will do is it'll kind of find the hilal for me in the right direction. And then if I've seen it with a telescope, for example, or my binoculars, should I say, and then I move out the way and think, oh, yes, I can see it. So then I've seen it. Is that correct?
Yes, I think we're getting confirmation from Sister Khadija. She's saying naked eye sighting, mashallah. So,
Optical aids.
we will, sorry, Ustad Sab, come again.
Yeah, I said we need, ideally we want the naked eye sighting, but the optical aids, the cameras, the binoculars, etc., are all there to assist us. And at the end of the day, we want some evidence as well, especially in this day and age, where we're wondering who's sighting the moon, has it been sighted, has it not been sighted. We want to document everything, and basically part of New Crescent Society's mission is to collect data of New Crescent visibility. And it's, seeing is believing, and snapping those moonshots and sending them out to everyone to confirm that we've seen it is only going to encourage others to follow suit, inshallah.
And allow others also to join in the excitement of the Hilal, when we spread the news with friends, family, on the social groups, the communities, and the apps that we're in. So that's the other thing, as well as saying the dua, that we just share our photos and our videos into New Crescent Society as an example. So yeah, if you also want to join, we have a Facebook group page, which is New Crescent Society, and join this Wednesday, inshallah, and support us as well. And what we want to do with New Crescent Society is this is our aim as well, to be transparent in the work that we do, because more often than not, I think one of the disappointments or the letdowns for us as a community across the UK is that we don't see the transparency, and we just rely on the word of mouth from abroad. And I think now, as we move forward, we're becoming more and more understanding and educated in terms of moon sighting, and we feel also that we want to bring the unity together, because there is quite a bit of disunity. And we, as New Crescent Society, have referred to that before, why there's that present. Can you hear me, Mohammed Qureshi? I don't know if you want to.
Yeah. I can hear what you're saying and concur. What's important to realise is that, look, what the issue here in the UK was as a direct result in decades-old issues about sighting the moon, because there was no network of moon sighters up and down the British Isles, and those efforts from people who had come here and settled here was very few. The experiences very often led to a lot of cloud cover going on certain days, and we're not even sure whether these were the right days or not, but however it was, there was some reports of cloud cover and difficulty in sighting the moon, whatever was going on at that time. Like I said, it wasn't as vast and broad moon sighting as it was today. And it's basically what happened is that there was this assumption that, look, it's too cloudy in the UK for us to see the moon. What do we do about it? So people got together, including ulamas, and decided that, we need to import the moon sighting from another country. So therefore, you got people following Pakistan, following Saudi Arabia, following South Africa, etc. Everybody had their own way of doing it, and we end up doing Eid on different days. What we've proven as New Crescent Society and other organizations and individual efforts who are now sighting the moon regularly, including ICO UK as well, to mention them there, is that if we do, and we have done, moon sighting on a monthly basis, not just for Ramadan, Eid or Hajj, etc., but for every single month, if we do moon sighting in the UK, we will consistently get a viable Islamic calendar in the UK of 29 or 30 days, as it should be every single month. And this has been going on now, alhamdulillah, this Muharram will be 4 years total of that data. So we've now blown that myth from the 80s, and it is a myth that we can't see the moon from the UK, because we've now proven we can see it, and we can see it month in, month out. And yeah, that's it. And because we are able to see it, that is now is the best time to come forward and adopt a united Eid and Ramadan, and same for Eid al-Adha as well, and all year round a position for a UK Islamic calendar, because it is possible, and we've got not only the data to prove it, but alhamdulillah, we've got the manpower to go out there and physically see the moon.
MashaAllah. So Shemna, if you can explain what people should be doing, seeking on Wednesday evening, and how they can report in as well.
Okay, if myself and Ustad hasn't mentioned it, that, from your home or at a location, look towards the western horizon, have a clear view of where the sun sets, and then about a handspan width, you will then, after about 20 to 40 minutes, inshallah, you should be able to see the crescent. And if we see the crescent on the Islamic lunar calendar day 29, then obviously this week we will then declare that it's Eid. If we don't, then as per Sunnah, we complete 30 days. Once you've sighted the crescent, the Hilal, then there is the dua to read, to thank Allah that we've seen this, Allahu Akbar. And then share it with friends and family.
Take a photograph.
If you've got a video camera, and send it in to us at New Crescent Society.
Yes, do check out New Crescent Society on Facebook and on Twitter and all the socials.
We're actually looking, before you finish off, and I don't know if Mohammed Qureshi wants to add something, but we are looking for more people to join in, particularly from the north and Scotland. Even though we've got such good data, mashallah, one particular month in one particular year, there wasn't any sighters within the northeast or perhaps Scotland even, and the visibility reports showed that it was going to be visible up here, which encouraged me then, right, I'm not going to be sitting in the background. It's not a choice anymore. I'm going to come forward and start doing this for the community as well. So we are encouraging, if you did see it last month, the crescent, or previous months, please now come forward and share your photos.
MashaAllah. So Ustad Sab, thank you so much for your contribution today, and inshallah we'll share the link for the New Crescent Society on the page as well, and thank you both, and keep us posted and see how you guys getting on Wednesday. I'm gonna have to wrap up the program here, because we do have another program coming up, live charity appeal coming up in another couple of minutes time. So if I don't speak to you before Ustad Sab, have a great Eid, and thanks for your time today.
Welcome. Jazakallah khair for inviting me.
Okay, Lafaz. So, Shemnara, thank you for yourself for coming in the studio today as well. And inshallah, do stay with us for a little bit while longer. So, I'm going to end this live because we've got a guest waiting in another live. So, let me see if I can go to a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back after these messages.
I'm on a 4.5